And that sounds kind of sequential, um, or which makes it sound like there, at a most fundamental level, God doesn't exist. There's just Brahman, which has not yet interacted or used its Mayic power to give rise to God. Am I right so far?
You're right, except that the sequential model is good for explanations. So it's a good way of understanding it. Note that really it doesn't happen. It's like saying rope is real, accepted. We don't know the rope, accepted. And the next sequence will be the appearance of the rope plus ignorance, which will produce the snake. But notice, by this time, we have moved from reality to appearance. So sequential, yes, but note that only Brahman remains real throughout, and the rest of it is appearance.
And then part of this whole thing is that, I'm always kind of amazed and awed by the vast intelligence that's displayed in every bit of creation, however we look at it. And it just seems like almost sacriligious or something, to brush it off as not existent or as just an illusion. It's an illusion, okay, because it's not what it appears to be, but I'm always awed by what a marvelous illusion. And the intelligence that is implied or that is revealed by the complexity of it all. And I'm not sure, I haven't quite turned this into a question yet, but perhaps you can see where I'm going with it. There's go ahead.
If I might intervene here. So this is a point that Bill Conrad, who is here, I think, so he's a biophysicist, and see, this is the point he keeps on raising, that there is enormous complexity in this universe. Whether you take life or physics, he was talking about the recent discovery and confirmation of the gravitational waves. But how is this a problem? We are not saying that this complexity does not exist at the level of Maya, at the level at which we are experiencing the universe. This complexity is there. All scientific investigation, uncovers it. The more we are uncovering, the more we are learning. All of it is fine. The dream analogy, the snake rope analogy, they're just that. They're analogies. All it is saying is, suppose you want to take this as real, this universe. Advaita actually has no problem with that. Advaita says, yes, this universe is real in the sense that you consider things to be real. In that sense, the universe is real. In comparison to, there is a deeper reality at the Brahman, in comparison to which it begins to seem like a fiction. That's what it's saying. It's not a fiction like our movies. It's not a fiction like our dreams. It's not even a fiction like a snake in a rope. It's not saying that Brahman is a rope and the universe is a snake. No, it is saying it's like that. Nothing in science tells us that there cannot be a deeper underlying reality.
I guess what I'm getting at is that the complexity and beauty of it seems to imbue it with a purpose, kind of a divine purpose. And so in light of that, it seems like it seems that brushing it off as mere illusion negates the fact that there does seem to be this purpose.
Oh, but even illusion, there could be a purpose in it. According to Vedanta, this entire universe is a creation, projection of Saguna Brahman, of God. Now, at that level, if you ask, why would God project this? Is there a purpose behind it? Yes, there is a purpose. At that level, there is God, there are these sentient beings like us who need experiences, who need a universe to go through, to evolve and to come into realization of the absolute. So there is an entire purpose to this. The Sankhya philosophy, for example, says that Maya, the Prakriti, nature, projects the universe and it has a purpose. And the purpose is twofold from a Sankhyan perspective. One purpose is bhoga, the other one is apavarga. Bhoga means experience. Apavarga means release. So purpose, remember, purpose is always purpose for consciousness. No absolutely material entity could ever have purpose. See, that's where the whole clash between modern atheists and non-atheists or theists is there. But what scientists, someone like Richard Dawkins or somebody else is they're trying to say is that there is really ultimately no purpose to this universe. There's no purpose or meaning to it, except what you give. Sean Carroll, one of the nicer voices among the new atheists, for example, will say, no, there is meaning, but the meaning is what you give to it. So it stands there that the material universe has no purpose or meaning to it, but meaning and purpose is there for us as sentient beings. And Sankhya says exactly that. The material universe is there for two purposes. One, to give you, the sentient beings, experience, all sorts of experiences, life after life. And finally, to give you release, freedom, enlightenment, release. Advaita Vedanta has taken all of that. It says, yes, God creates this universe, projects this universe. You are sentient beings in it. And the whole thing is meant to make you go through life. And ultimately, as you go through it, progress enough, you end up in Vedanta Sara class. And so that's the whole purpose of the universe from God's perspective. Except that Advaita Vedanta adds a wrinkle to it, that even this purpose and all of that is still within the appearance nature. Because ultimately you are Nirguna Brahman. You don't even need this purpose. It is all within the realm of appearance.
It seems like it's not just our purpose, though. It's some kind of cosmic or divine purpose. And it seems like ultimately it must, it's strange to say, well, the whole purpose of this is to get out of it as soon as possible and to, to kind of like merge back with the ocean as if it ever never happened. There seems to be is something gained by all this. There's that T.S. Eliot line about rediscovering the, that from which we came and discovering it for the first time. That line.
Right.
Something right. There seems to be a value added thing to
that is true.
Going through this whole dance.
You journey and then ultimately you come back, not to see new things, but to see old things with new eyes. So I think it was from Ulysses or something like that. There's this, yeah. So take every bit of it as valuable. Advaita Vedanta is not against it. See, note, snake rope, dream, movie, these are examples. We're not saying our life right now is like a snake rope. Our life, Advaita Vedanta has multiple levels of reality. So there is this level of reality called Paramarthika, which means absolute truth or ultimate truth, which is only Nirguna Brahman. Then there is the level of reality called Vyavaharika, transactional reality, which is us, what we are doing right now. Religion, science, all of that. Universe, physical universe, and all the complexity of that. Art, all the beauty of that. That's relative reality. Below that is the level of illusions, dreams, errors, snake rope, dream, mirage, all of that, which appears, but we know is not as real as this physical world. Now, Advaita Vedanta is not saying that this physical world we are experiencing is like is equal to a snake mistakenly seen in a rope or a dream which is meant to be woken up from immediately. No, dream, snake, and all are good examples to point out to the relationship between this world, which is as real as you want to make it. All that Advaita would want to say is that there is a deeper reality, there is a higher reality. I remember this gentleman, he's a mathematician at Oxford University. I met him at, of all places, at Shivananda Yoga Ashram in Bahamas. I forget his name. Marcus du Sautoy. He's the professor of mathematics at Oxford. He's a successor to Richard Dawkins in a particular government post for, for promotion of scientific spirit in the public. So he has taken the exact opposite approach to religion from his predecessor. So Richard Dawkins was a militant atheist, attacking religion all the time. Marcus says that his approach is conciliatory. He wants to understand the spirit of religion and explain the spirit of science to believing people. Anyhow, when we had discussions, I went to his house. He invited me for dinner to his home in London when I visited England. So we had this discussion. He said, all of this, what you're talking about, does it invalidate science? The answer is no. Can you know new things? And are those things valid? Yes, you can know new and newer things about this world. Are those things valid? They are valid at the Vyavaharika level, at the transactional level. Science is real and science works at that level. Advaita Vedanta has no contradiction at all with any scientific pursuit, with any artistic pursuit, or even religious pursuit. It makes all of it possible.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm like Bill Conrad. I'll keep chewing on this. That's good for now.
That's right, because it's a common problem, because more you hear about snakes and ropes and mirages and dreams, you begin to say that that's what this world is then. No, they're not equivalent. Compared to the absolute reality, this is an appearance. That's all they're saying.